Hello, students. Deetra Davis here, your critical thinking instructor, and I wanted to review how to complete the homework and quiz. And I know there are a lot of questions, particularly for the homework and for the quiz. So I just wanted to maybe give you some insight. You know that you don't have to write everything down. I do ask that you take notes because that helps you, it helps organize your thinking and finding the answers to the questions. But I wanted to just go through and give you some insight. And if you're not doing this, you might want to consider doing it. This week, and this is week 3, and this would be for any week that we're working in, you're going to pull up the chapter and then pull up your assignment. And so let's say we've got chapter 5, and I'm just going to click here, and we have the week 3 homework. Let me stop here and just remind you that while we're just looking in chapter 5, you do have often have more than like 2 chapters. You might have 3 chapters that you have to read. And so that doesn't mean that all of the answers for your homework and quiz are going to be found in 1 chapter. So you may ultimately answer all the questions that you can from chapter 5, then open up chapter 6, and then open up, if you have another chapter that you're working out of for the week, open that up. But remember that, so that if you don't see the answer, don't assume that it's just in that 1 chapter that you're looking at. I know a number of students have said it's quite difficult to open 2 chapters at a time. Sometimes that's not possible. So just make sure that you are, as you complete the assignment, going through all of the chapters assigned for that week to find the answers. That's why you have unlimited time, and there's no time limit, and you can take as many attempts as you like. Now remember, when you take an attempt, you don't get the grade until you complete all 50 questions. So you do have to complete them all. All right, let's get back to looking at examining what you need to do. Let's go back to chapter 5. And just so you'll know, as I scroll down, please remember that I'm going to go to the next section. And when it says next section, it's the next page. You'll notice that the areas that are in yellow are areas that you're going to see again on the homework or the quiz. Not 100% of the time, but most of the time. And so that's where you should be taking notes, remembering where the definition for an informal fallacy is in chapter 5 on page 137. And, please take notes as you review this course material. Now let's, and hopefully you have already completed the chapter reading and the practice questions, so this information is not brand new to you. Now I wanted to just go over how to complete these multiple choice questions. Let's just skip over to, we're going to leave this up, we're going to leave this chapter up, and we're going to skip over to the homework. And the homework, I'm looking at it in preview, and this gives me the answers, but you won't have this. You'll just have the questions, not the answers. But I'm going to show you what you need to be doing. Let's take a look at the first question. And it says an argument contains a or an blank when it appears to be correct at first, but proves to be incorrect upon further examination. And would it be a syllogism, appeal to probability, a fallacy, or parallel case? Now, if you've written your notes and you already know the definition, you know that it's a fallacy. But let's say that that was not there and you didn't know what it was. You could take a guess and say, oh, I think it's maybe it's a syllogism. I'm going to highlight that. And I'm going back over to my chapter, and I'm going to Control F, which brings up a little box here. and I'm going to put in syllogism. And I hope you guys can see that. I hope it's not cut off. But if you control F, it's control find, and you can put in any term or phrase that you want. And it's not located on the first page. So let's go to the next page. It's not located there. Not located there. Not there. Not there. Okay, and so it says 0. It's not there at all. So we're going to remove that, and we're going to go back and let's take a look at another answer. Appeal to probability. I don't think that's it. Maybe it's fallacy. I'm going to take a chance and look at that. And we're going to paste fallacy. What is a fallacy? And there it is. An argument contains a fallacy when it appears to be correct, but on further examination is found to be incorrect. Well, that's the answer right there. And so what I would do is I would go back and I would put in that. So, you know, while you're searching and searching and searching, please use that Control F to locate the terms. Remember, I said they're going to be in yellow very often. If you click over them, a little definition will appear. So, you know, you're going to have to search. You should be taking notes, but this shouldn't be impossible for you to do. I know it takes a lot of time, but yeah, it's going to take a lot of time. This is how you test your learning, and we know whether or not you've been reading and you understand the material. Now, and you do the same thing for the quiz. Exact same thing. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to contact me, but please make sure you are reading the chapters, completing the practice questions, earning 100 points, and then taking notes so that when you get to the homework or quiz, you know exactly how to look for the answers. Have a great day. I hope this was helpful.